I'm Nick Rodriguez, and I wrote and directed 303.
I'm Miles Dumash, and I play Aiden Pierce Vitale on underGRAD.
Hi, I'm Kara Ludke, and I play Nina.
My name is Alex Deal, and I play Jack Darnell in episode 303.
It's pretty much as close as underGRAD gets to a horror episode, basically. It's Halloween themed, so it's got lots of spooky stuff going on.
It's a little darker than normal underGRAD episodes, which, you know, tend to be lighthearted, comedy, maybe a little bit of drama, but this one's got some darker elements.
You know, rather than just giving like spooks and oh my god, it was really more about trying to make you understand exactly, you know, what these people could be afraid of and how that would have implications on their lives and stuff.
It's kind of straddling madness, like between the funny side, like when it's really exaggerated and it's just ridiculous, but also like the darker, kind of actually upsetting side.
Basically, without giving too much away, something causes our characters to start hallucinating things that they're afraid of. In the case of Aiden, he starts to hallucinate the figure of Laura, who, if viewers remember, is the antagonist of Season 2 and parts of Season 1. And she starts to bring back some old wounds to Aiden.
I wanted to work with his fear of, like, you know, never growing up and, you know, not improving from who he was at the beginning of the show. You know, that's a really important storyline for Aiden to go through this season.
There are things that Aiden is supposedly beyond now that he's in his 3rd season as a character, but clearly he's not quite over them yet, and they are coming back to quite literally haunt him.
Jack's experiences in this episode are definitely very challenging. A character from Jack's past will return, plus a family member. And I feel like all of that together kind of just, you know, is like a pressure cooker, and then finally something happens that I will not say.
I liked the montage that happens at the beginning that just kind of like throws everyone into kind of what's happening in the episode. Filming each little bit of that montage was fun because I got to tell people to, you know, scream and just be as terrified as possible, and got to push them for those little moments just to get that kind of like jarring effect for the beginning of the episode.
I remember there's one specific part where me and Miles, who plays Aiden, are standing on the stairs, and there's just people running past us, and we're just like, what's going on? So that was kind of fun.
The bulk of my episode was filmed with Laura, so it would have to be one of the Laura scenes. I would say the one that sticks out to me is this one where she's grabbing me using the force, and she throws me across the hall and I fall, and we had to do that take something like 10 times to get the perfect fall, and so I just kept falling and falling and falling on the ground.
I love when Laura cackles. She's got a great cackle.
You hear that? It is always a great pleasure of mine to work with Laura, who plays Laura, because she is a relatively nice, spunky little girl, and then whenever we film, she plays this demonic character. And in this episode, she literally gets to be demonic to the point where she has little horns.
I feel like this episode kind of talks about how sometimes there are issues that you kind of are pushing aside, and it's really easy to pretend that you don't have problems, and that sometimes it takes external influences to sort of open you up and make you, you know, accept something.
Be careful when you go into haunted houses. You never know what might happen.
I want people to understand fear, and that it's not something that should be so debilitating to us.
I think this episode is a good opportunity to see what really deep down gets to the characters.
I had a lot of fun. It was great to try and make that house look like a haunted house. It was great to see everyone dressed up in their costumes.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be one to see. It's definitely different from anything underGRAD's done before.